Why is that? Alpha is less than 1, alpha, beta, all of them are less than 1, right? So they are concave functions. And original and concave functions, both of them are integrated into the rate. You also know which groups are substitute, which groups are not, etc. Right? Fair enough. X and Y are, if X and Y are substitute, then that's the utility function, right or wrong? You haven't done the math, I know, I haven't given you time to do the math. Use logic intuition. If X and Y are substitute, then the observed utility function will act as a substitute, right or wrong? It can be half the time right, half the time wrong. Go ahead. You get the question. X is, let's say, rise and Y is just a pulse. Is this a valid utility function? Yes or no? I'm not going to give you the answer. Let's see how we think about it. If two groups are substitutes, so what would it mean? That's the price tag. That's the effect on the price. Forget economics. Economics only wants you to think as a human being. If you think two groups are substitutes, what does it mean? That whatever you can do with other, the other can also do it, right? So technically possible that if you have 10 units of one and 8 units of the other, then whatever utility you get, you can change the combinations and you can get the same kind of utility. Let's take it to the extreme. Suppose you have 0 units of X and 100 units of Y. What's the utility you have? 0 units of X and 100 units of Y. What will you get inside you? 0. And 10 units of, if you have 10 units of X and let's say whatever 10 units of Y, can you ever have it equal to 0 and increase the order and you will get the same level of utility? No. By definition, a substitute should have allowed you to do that. So these two groups are not serving the purpose of substituting one by the other. Then you do the math and find out the formula. That's what you will become. So why am I looking at this? And therefore, if I am looking at now two kinds of goods, one good is X, which I am calling the vector of goods. Because I cannot draw an n-dimensional diagram. I am looking at X as a vector of goods, and what are the very goods? Are all those that are available in PDA. And why are increasing in these other things? Which include clothing, housing, education, going to move. So I have two vectors of goods. X, one which are in PDF, and Y, which are non-PDF. I will have utility functions. I will have a fairly good idea about which are the utility functions that cannot serve this purpose. For example, if you think that a human being can survive without any of the Y, right? Then what I have on the board, Douglas is perfectly all right. But if you are to believe that for a human being to survive, you actually need some amount of Y, then the last one is not going to. So that's the first thing. When we are actually looking at what kind of groups to be given, etc., whatever we have defined in the group, what purpose is going to serve to the computer. That's why you bring your theory to the application. Otherwise, what you learn in terms of production function, what function, you will struggle to where I'm going to apply. In real life, you don't know the production function. There are some properties which is given. The properties are that you cannot use only labor or only capital. You only use labor, you are able to produce nothing. You only use capital, you are able to produce nothing. You need a combination of labor and capital. So let's look at what kind of goods will the production function have. What is it that only labor can do? What is it capital? What is it that only capital can do? If you don't know only labor, and what is it that you need both? If your problem is, if the government of India has defined the problem in a way that exceeded bundle of goods which you absolutely need to survive, and you can survive without war, then that is fine. But when we were sick, what was the kind of assumption behind what kind of rational shoppers it is? It was saying that okay, you probably need some combination of both. That was the idea. So that is a kind of moving away from what we initially did. But irrespective of what we have regulated some independent. So now we kind of evaluate the same. So what have I done? I looked at the four problems, I looked at how consumers, when they look at X and Y and the prices, etc., decide how much X and Y to buy. And now I'm going to visualize or kind of find out that under the alternate models, how are they going to respond. That's my main objective. Okay, so here we go. So let's imagine there were no PDS, nothing. No PDS, nothing. We are in first. No. It says that suppose y has a particular value, y is 10 and x equal to 10. Can you, for example, increase the value of y to 20 and then x equal to 0? Will you get the same utility? Will you get the same utility? You will never, right? Because if you get 1 to 0, then you never serving the purpose of doing something. So that is how you have this concept. So take one. This is the base model. This is the what we call the neoclassical kind of model. There is no subsidy, nothing. Let everybody pay the market price. So let's have the utility function. The utility function, by the way, doesn't depend upon whether you have a ration shop or not. Utility function is what we are doing. Individuals have an initial preference in the bond. You might like right more than wheat, or you might like something more than the other. That doesn't depend upon the prices. Your final buying decision depends upon the liking and the prices. We assume that the prices do not change the preference in the liking. It's a very important distinction. We think that some particular rice is always preferred over wheat by some group of people in India. That same group of people in India might not end up buying rice based on the price. But the initial preference doesn't change. The utility function independent out there or outside the kind of model is there. Okay? So what do we have? This was y, this was x, sorry, this is x, this is y, and this one is n by 3x, and this is n by cy. This is cy, right? Yeah. That is when x equal to 0, that's what you are going to buy. What is the equilibrium in that society? Pardon my one. That's the equilibrium, whatever it is. Y star and x. Now we want to do some policy analysis. First, what does PDS do? What do you think the PDS will do in this diagram? So this is the market price vector. If households have access to PDS, what will be the new price? Lower or higher? Lower. So what happens to this budget price? Does it go inside or go outside? Only one of the two answers are possible, right? So it simply means that if PX is lower with PDS, it will go outside. So with the PDS, if it functions properly, then that's the new budget. So if the household were earlier here, what is going to be the new outcome for the household in some way? What would it mean? Might mean more of Y and more of Y and more of. That was the So would households be better off? The answer is yes, of course they will be better off. I mean, you don't need a rocket science to say that if one of the prices are actually lower prices, you can actually buy more of that. You can actually buy more of the other also, because now the saving on your expenditure will, you have more money to spend on Y. So with PDS households, without PDS the poor people wherever they are, with PDS they are on a higher utility, and why are they on a higher utility? Because they are able to buy more of it as well as more of it. That is very argument. If PDS was, that would be the case. So they said that is the circular. It works. Get it? It's not supposed to, it should have been all India model, it's not only the circular model. What is the all India model then? What do you think is the all India model? So we had a discussion, right? So what are the things stand out from the all India model for a household? If you have to analyze it, what will you pick up? Chhattisgarh model what we pick up. Household, whatever quantities they want, they get it. All India model. What's the argument? They don't get the entitlement. So probably on an average they get 10 or 15 kilos, 50 whatever units in it, and less they don't get. Okay? Is it okay? Are you with me? How will the diagram change for the all India model? What will change? So suppose I mark 10 here, that's 10 kilos. I mark 10 kilos out here. So for the first 10 kilos, let's say after 10 kilos you want to buy, so anywhere in India, you will be able to buy at what price? At the PDS price. What happens beyond that? Beyond that you cannot buy from the PDS. You are forced to buy from the market. So what happens then? So up to this is what you have. What is the price you are selling? The PDS price. What happens beyond 10 kilos? Market price. So what would you do by that line? It is parallel to that's the original. Now we will be understanding a diagram equation. Is it fine? Okay. All India model. So let us follow the diagram. So what is the current all India model? Okay, it is there. It's not that not that the households who need it are not getting anything, but they are not getting everything that they want. So if you know read the Wadwa committee report, that's what they will give a listing of on an average what you get. They get a very little of rice, they get or they buy very little of rice, very little of meat. They normally go for the food put of kerosene. Okay. But on an average, if you calculate that the total entitlement of the household, what is the sound unit, what they actually get or they actually can claim that they can maximum get is not 10, but it's not 10, but lower than that. Which means up to a particular level, they can buy from the PDS shop, but beyond that, if they want to buy, the PDS those are those for them or whatever you do, and they have to go and buy in the market. So up to this is the perfect budget line. It's the PDS budget line. Beyond that, what happens? The price, the given price is no longer the PDS price, but it's the market price. That is parallel to the budget price. So what will be the real increase there for the all India? Say again, if it's a parallel, that will be. There is no surprise that these guys are worse from than Chhattisgarh, but certainly better than if you move to a system of abandoned. Which one is better actually not? What's the third thing you want me to do? The cash transfer. How does the cash transfer work? That is the UPI government, one of the things which they kind of they are counting on, banking on, I don't know what they're going to do now. With the campaign, like something like that. So basically what we do is the government of India, state and the government runs various programs, different programs. Actually, there's a lot. But the point is, it will manage, it will manage, lot of duplications are there, a lot of things go wrong. So one way was, why do you want to run all these things and have a good business? Why don't you give the money? What's the thought process behind it? Then hang on, look at those guys who are not, who are above the EPS, who are not EPS, who are even QL. If you tell them, okay, or let us look at you. If your employer gives you food coupons and not salary, how would you feel? You are possibly good business to pay. If you are taking money, I know what is this for me. So why do you want to maintain that system? Now, if you get a decent money, how much money will you get? That is justification behind this money, and then they need to be the more and so on. The issue is, I'm a finder, I have to give them money. How much money will I give them? In this diagram, how will you? Sorry, what's the deal? That okay, no more actions for you. Because to dismantle the current PDS system. That, by the way, was an amount of discussion which was going on between the NAC, National Advisory Commission, and the others. They kind of move from the rational system in a phased manner and instead take the money. The question is, how much money will you give? If you were taking the decision, how will you go about it? Very good. So what is there? Hang on. There is no subsidy. So subsidy equivalent will be given. Now the designing will have to be important. I will not discuss too much of this, but I will try to do that. So I will tell you why. So what does it say? Hang on. If the ration system was working perfectly fine, this is where you would have been, and this is what you would have been buying. Because as a government of India, this is what we wanted to get there, but we are not being able to get there. I am going to dismantle the PDF system. Okay. So what is the price you are going to pay? Market price. This is going to be your price line. Will you be able to buy this? No. When will you be able to buy this? If I give you a cash transfer to that, this budget line shifts here, so that it kind of you draw it exactly, I say it goes through there. So my diagram is a bit messy. So this will be a new M prime by the market price here. M prime minus M should be there. That's one way of going about it. What are you doing in that M prime minus M cash transfer? You are ensuring that let me give them enough money so that whatever they would have bought under an ideal scenario, they can buy. Are the consumers better off? That is such question to be asked. The fourth is an exchange. He says, okay, why don't you do that? I'm not doing the exchange, okay? I'm not kind of getting into the exactly the specific people, I'm just taking one thing. It's like, okay, let's work it out with normal, let's kind of give them the range. Everybody should have a minimum calorie for a survival. What is cash transfer, what is suggestion? Let us give everybody those grades. See they can share entire. And I'm going to do a calculation, and what is the minimum calorie required? I will find out, there is some amount of minimum calorie required for survival. That is the basic minimum they should be given. At almost zero. It's not at zero, but at almost zero. So suppose that happens to be 8 kilos. I calculate, then 8 units get free. How will that show up in this diagram? So for 8 kilos, what is the budget line? Nothing, it's flat, right? And then let's say you go somewhere else. Now if it's 8 kilos, then the diagram goes here, if it's not extreme. But this is the idea of the framework. Which one is better will depend upon where it is. Don't go by the exact diagram. Which one is better? Which one is better will depend upon the exact where you different curves and the slopes are time. So which one is better? Certainly the current Indian system is not better. The PDF is not working. Chhattisgarh is definitely better than the Indian. In the cash transfer better than the Indian, Chhattisgarh system, well the diagram, you don't go with the diagram. The crucial question is how do you design the cash transfer? Is giving a food, completely food coupon kind of thing? I give them food at promoted zero cost, that's the better. Don't go over the diagram, but go over what is going to be the actual experience. Depending on how the policymaker do that. I conceptually understand which one is better, what kind of framework to do. How do we actually go and implement? Right. What is the concept of the Chhattisgarh model? 35 kilos, you know what the utility is. That's fine. What can you do with the cash transfer? I can do it in two ways. One is I give them enough money so that they are able to buy what they were buying. They are ideally bought under the period. Ideally bought, not what we are right now. So right now they were actually an inferior rate. Just removing them and giving them cash transfer cannot be good for them. Just giving them cash. Talking about the political considerations, which is where I want to focus. When the debate will go that the UK is trying to match the cash transfer that the countries are already bring down about. The logic is UK cannot give a cash transfer to replicate the current period. That is disaster. The only way to evaluate is by giving a cash transfer will be better than the Chhattisgarh model. So the link will be there. There are two ways to do it. One, give enough money that they can buy what people have bought under the Chhattisgarh system. What's the other way? Okay, we'll come to the other way. Do you think if you give to people, take away the period, if you give them the money which people under the Chhattisgarh system are buying, just the money equivalent, they will be better off than the Chhattisgarh guy? Same, can't say, work out. Do you get the question? The Chhattisgarh guys are getting some entitlement, right? They're buying something. So what you do is get rid of the PDS, give them the money equivalent so that theoretically they can buy what the Chhattisgarh guys are able to buy. Will with this money, will the people be better off, worse off? Cannot say. What? What's the logic? What's the logic? Okay.
So there would be inflation, and so government has to take care of that. So because food will get, the price will get costlier, the money they will get will be the same after 2 months, and they will not be able to buy that.
What else? What else? Any other reason for what else?
And you cannot make sure whether that money is used for actually buying.
They are going to restrict on smoking and alcohol.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
The amount at which the government might be procuring would be less than that is available in local market.
Doesn't matter. If I was an individual, I had the PDS and well-functioning PDS kind of model, and I was buying something. Government costs no more PDS, but whatever the money subsidy, you're going to get that you can buy the equivalent bundle of goods at the market price. Will I be better off or worse? That's what they said.
Amount might not be sufficient to get us to
why I'm saying the government will do the calculation and do it, right? Simple math. Suppose I was buying 10 kilos PDS, okay, from the market at 5 rupees, 50 rupees. In the market it costs 10 rupees. Okay? So the market you want to buy 100 rupees. The government says dismantle this. You wanted to buy 10 kilos, let's say give you 50 rupees. Why? Because 50 rupees are already paying out of your pocket. 50 is the subsidy I give. So 100 rupees you can buy. Am I better off or worse? Or I cannot say which one. Let's go. The logical argument is this construction by defining is tilted towards making the people better. How? Think about the following. What are you doing? You are saying, I'm giving you money so that you are able to do what you were doing earlier. Suppose you were, and I'm assuming none of them are idiots. They might not have come to India, but you guys are smart, right? If you are giving you enough money to be able to buy what you were doing earlier, you can certainly do that. Why would you want to do something to make yourself worse out? If there is anything different you are doing, why are you doing anything different? Must be because you think you're doing this better. But this is by design you are actually tweaking a policy which is supposed to beat something. Don't bring UPA etc. But this is the way we're doing it. That's where the problem. If it runs to that point, then the new equilibrium will be an indifference curve with the new slope, okay, which is slightly better. And that's the economic problem. That is to say that if you have 100 rupees, you can certainly buy 10 rupees of that. If you are not buying 10 rupees and if you are buying 9.5 rupees, because then you think the combination of 9.5 rupees on the market and the extra money to buy green vegetables is better for you. Right. Yeah, sorry? That's the theoretical box, right? That's theory, right? But do we know that? Only way to know that is just to go to the ground and do it. That's absolutely. So, when you look, sorry, what are you thinking about? Nothing.
Rationality argument.
So we're relying on rationality, but we don't know. So theoretically, that's the only way to know that is what is rationality on the ground. The pilot doesn't tell you that. But the pilot tells you that the only one I can talk about is the one which was and then because it, where we think we do this similar kind of pilot. You identify a group of households, okay, who have ration cards, and then you do what is called an experimental design. So how are you going to design the experiment? So let's say these are the group of people, and first I go to their community and say, how many of you, all of your ration cards, so how many of you want to switch to this new system for 1 year? That no ration card, but you will get an equivalent money. Some of you will say yes, some of you will say no. So all those guys will say no, don't gamble with it. It's just like that. Let them enjoy the ration. All those guys will say yes. Okay. Now you randomly divide this group into two. What are the two groups? One group who says yes, we want money, give them money. Randomly. And the other group said no, we want money, don't give them money, ask them to continue with ration card. So what are you comparing? Both these, there are three groups now. A group one who wanted money and getting money. Group two wanted money, getting rationing. Group three did not want money, continuing with that. So now you take the baseline data of all of this. So households are different ways, right? Some consumption, some are kids, some are old people, some are buying milk, some vegetables, etc., whatever they are. Now you actually start giving them money for every month. The design is you identify the women, the one woman in the household and give this money directly to her account. Go back to the households after morning and find out where they are in terms of some of the parameters which you want to change. And we come to that. Now, all of them have moved from where they were to 1 year now. If money is better than ration, then what would you observe? That the group 1 has done better than the group 2. Sorry? I understand, if you are done. Would you theoretically argue if you find group 1 is better than group 2, then money is better than ration? You just understand. I also have to answer what you mean by better. If you don't find, then you cannot say anything. Can you compare group 1 with the last group? The answer is no. Because the last group has said, I don't want money. Probably they know how to utilize rations very well. So whether they are good or bad cannot be compared with group 1 or group 2. The best example is, think of the following. All those guys, all those ladies who say we want money, they are subject for support. What do you mean by supporting? If the money came to them, the husband would not buy goods with that, but would actually do the kind of budget planning and give the money to the kids to grow up. The group who has not a good husband, they knew this danger and said, no, you want to continue with that. Now we have given them money and these groups have become better and they have not become better. Can you compare these two and say that money is better? No, why not? Sorry? Because probably that these guys are better because of the husbands are supporting. Money has nothing to do with it. These guys are stuck with the same husband. These guys are supporting husband. Well, whatever you have given, these guys are doing better off. So since they have money, is better than rationing. These are the designing part. Now, what do we find out? You cannot do it at a large scale. Why can't you do it at a large scale? Because you don't want to affect too many people's lives, you want to see how it is. Now, one here is a small plan. We have to be careful about two things. You have to identify parameters which make better or worse, and then see how does it go. And then see what kind of outcome is that. So whether people drink more with the money or not, you will know by looking at the outcome. So hence there is good reason to believe that they will with the money they will drink and rest. There is a good reason to believe that when you give them the money, they will actually buy good food for their kids. After all, we cannot judge what they are going to do. It is extremely wrong of us to be elitist and judge. We know what they are going to do with the money. We have to decide how we are going to spend your money. We can do it, but you cannot do it. So give the decision to them and see if your fears are true or not. That's the important thing. Now you have to find out the objective. And on what basis will you say good or bad? Fair enough? If you were to do it on what basis will you say good or bad? How will you judge that elevated figure or not? How will you measure the health? How will you measure the nutrition? How will you measure the calories? You are getting there. So what you do is, you try to find the raw average per capita nutrition of the family. You see over a month how it will be. There are other parameters, other is going to, other health is okay, other leader is okay, there are other parameters. But those are secondary. And as Indians, we have to be very focused about this. The whole purpose of doing cash transfer is for the calorie value. We should not miss all other contact things. That under one program, the kids are going to school or buying doctors or not. Your focus is you have a food security, which is derivative period, working or not working, any alternate, the foremost objective is the food security preserved. Other things are add-on. In the food security world, it is the minimum calories. PDS is supposed to be, are they going to be there? And that has it, you can actually measure that. What I will not say is the outcome, for obvious reasons. I will not tell you the outcome. But I will tell you the framework, how you go about it. So that is one of the things you try to find out. What's the other thing you try to find out? Is that okay, earlier, no matter what the system was good, bad, ugly and all, the guys were buying this much of rice and this much of wheat. We suddenly find that the consumption of rice and wheat has gone down. What are you doing for? Rice and wheat except gone down. They've got money, they're not paying no rice and wheat. What are you doing for? So that's what it is, because this is the outcome you will see. If you can anticipate the outcome, you will ask some other questions. If you don't anticipate the outcome, you will not have no idea what to do there. So let's say you haven't anticipated the outcome, except you're taking the rise immediately, and you find that after 1 year it has gone down. What is the reason?
One can see that their level of standard of living has gone up and they prefer higher food, like milk, higher protein food.
Why?
Why?
That's where your ideas of inferior good and different good come right? So there are scenarios where income can go up and the consumption of something can go down. Without the basic understanding of economy, what are the political going to say? Oh, that's a terrible idea. So people were eating 8 kilos of rice they are eating. That time they are reducing it because they are substituting something else. See whether the food is inferior to normal food. That's your answer. You cannot just look at the outcome. Crucial question is, you have to know if rice is an inferior good, what are the substituting? That understanding you need to have. Therefore, beginning of the project when you are doing it, you have to find out the consumption basket and see where other changes are there. If it is the case that people are eating less rice but having more eggs, if you did not ask what is their current consumption, you will never know after 1 year whether the egg consumption has gone up. Because the data is possible that rice consumption has gone up, gone down, and the alcohol has gone up. That's terrible. But perfectly all right that rice consumption has gone down and something green vegetable consumption has gone down. That's what we do in terms of data. That is one level of Finally, so this looks perfectly fine. What is the indifference of doing something like this? Let's have something like this. That's not a problem. People do something like this, right? What the basic at the market price, which means you are consuming very little of X and very little of Y. Which probably will not know that is the case because in your consumption basket, this will probably be 30%. Now, what's the problem with this kind of scenario? Suppose the system is not working. What does it mean? That it works for up to 10 kilos, it doesn't work beyond that. So beyond this, it becomes a market price. Now you want to improve. Do you want to improve? You get the question. Everybody should have got 35 kilos. You brought it and found out that this is the equilibrium outcome. And this is a way of executing different stuff. Now, you also find that by survey that people get only up to 10 kilos they can buy from the ration shop. Anything more than that they cannot buy in the open market. What you find is in equilibrium people are not buying any kilos but buying 5 kilos. The data happens. Would you want to improve the profit? The answer is probably no. What will improve the profit? If you want to make it a classical model, what does it mean?